Outside of the speaker vote, I think this is the first time this year I've had an opportunity to talk politics. Holy, it's really been a minute, but hey, it's actually off to a good start as well. Looks like all of those concessions, that prolonged voting period, actually manifested some good results. So we'll take a look at some of that to begin with. Kevin McCarthy confirms plan to strip Democrats Swalwell and Schiff. They're on the House Intelligence Committee, or at least they were, and Omar. Oh, she was part of the Foreign Intelligence Committee. You know, the lady who refers to 9/11 as that thing that some people did some places. They all had very important positions. Well, did in the past tense. House Speaker, yes, Kevin McCarthy. And yeah, got rid of old Fang Fang Banger. Fang Fang Bang Bang. Well, gone, fuck off. Confirmed Monday. He plans to strip Representatives Eric Swalwell, Adam Schiff, and Omar of their respective committee seats in the 118th Congress. McCarthy told the Associated Press on Monday that he will stand by his pledge to expel those far-left Democrat House members from their committee seats due to their previous misconduct as members of Congress. Yeah, Swalwell kind of speaks for himself. Well, he would if he didn't have his voice muffled by Chinese spies' thighs. Omar is just a fucking idiot, and I don't know why she'd be on the Foreign Affairs Committee, and why you would have Mr. Russiagate, and I've got the documents, and Trump's days are numbered. Why the fuck would you have that guy on any sort of intel committee? It's like, bro, fucking produce any sort of results and we might take you seriously. But he's the boy who cried wolf and that did a bunch of speed, and well, something's got to explain those fucking bug eyes. I'll promise you this, if I'm Speaker, Schiff will no longer be on the Intel Committee anymore, McCarthy pledged in June, and you know what else? Swalwell won't either. I don't know if this is a high bar, but if you have relations with a Chinese spy, you shouldn't be allowed to be on the Intel Committee. We're going to raise the bar. Oh boy, really high, apparently. McCarthy told Breitbart News Matt Boyle that Schiff will be removed from the... That picture is so fucked. From committee assignments for his role in perpetrating the Russia hoax and the former chairman of the Intelligence Committee. You look at Schiff, he should not be serving on the Intel community. On Intel, sorry, when he has openly, knowingly used the fake dossier, lied to the American public in the process, and I don't know, has the ability to see through time and space. Maybe he should be on the Intel Committee. But that's not the only thing that House Republicans have been doing. They are moving quickly, and it's fucking great, actually, to see Republicans actually do something, okay? House Republicans will now vote on abolishing the IRS and replacing a national income tax with a consumption tax. It's not gonna happen, but it's a fucking good start. You gotta start one step at a time, okay? If you don't decide to make moves out there, nobody's gonna take you seriously. You gotta learn from the Democrats, man, okay? As much shit as people want to give them for being fucking radical in their positions, there's some things that you can learn, okay? They're wild enough to actually put their ideas out there, to try to pursue their end goals. Meanwhile, Republicans are like, whoa, we're the Big Ten. We need to placate all of our everybody who's in our party. It's like, no. If you have an idea, fucking pursue it. Because what's the worst that's ultimately gonna happen? I can't even keep track of all the nonsensical shit the Democrats have done over the past couple of years. There's just a few highlights that point out, so this is a good place to start. After voting to strip agencies of Biden's backed $72 billion in funds for 87,000 new staff. Oh yeah, that's gone. That's a fucking great thing. That's another one of those pledges that was actually fulfilled. The Republican-led House will vote on a bill to repeal federal income tax and abolish the IRS altogether this Congress. It's don't get your hopes up, okay, of course, but it's fucking great. Georgia Republican Representative Buddy Carter will bring forth the Fair Tax Act, yay, flat tax, and he says would remove the need for the IRS entirely by simplifying the tax code. Is Buddy Carter gonna end up meeting a fucking unplanned date with death? Because them be fighting words right there, my guy. I like what he's doing, but holy fuck, my guy. A bill also gets rid of death, gift, and payroll taxes. Fucking base. Those are all superfluous nonsense because the government, it's not enough that you die, it's that they still want to make you pay taxes even when your body is still in a cooling off period. It's fucking gross. Further calls for repealing the 16th Amendment. Jesus Christ, buddy, This is my guy right here, which gives Congress the right to lay and collect taxes on incomes. Yeah, it was supposed to be a transient message or a method to raise money in order to fuel the war effort. But as much wiser men have said before, nothing is more permanent than a temporary government policy. A vote on the bill, which has 30 co-sponsors. That's actually pretty impressive. Was promised as part of the deal to get Kevin McCarthy, the speaker, gavel last week. It's not clear when the legislation will come to the House floor, but it's unlikely to become law. Yeah, it's a good statement of intent that they're serious about pushing this stuff. Because you take a look at the different voting integrity laws the Democrats have continued to push out there. That, oh my God, you don't need a valid ID to vote. That's racist and shit like that. Yeah, whatever. Fuck nonsense. They've tried to push that through a bunch of different times in the 2014 Congress, 2018 Congress, 2020 Congress, over and over again, and then they just try to run it back. It's like, well, we put John Lewis's dead hack name on top of it. Now you gotta vote for it, otherwise you're racist, and it just about got across the finish line. But everybody's like, actually, nah. It'll be funny. Because I don't necessarily know what Congress can do with this new information set that's out there, but more than likely, they can use it as an impetus to further their investigation into Biden, but boy, do we got a developing situation out here today. Oh, so great to see this stuff, and oh boy, just the media breaking their neck when it comes to trying to carry the water for Joe on this. This one's going to be tough to try to get yourself out of. Classified documents found at Penn Biden Center. President's a lawyer. Oh, what does that mean? Biden mishandled top secret documents. Maybe not top secret, but at least classified documents. And it's funny because we're going to take a look at some of the experts that's out there, and they're trying to run smoke screens for this. It's like, well, Biden's cooperating, and actually it's not even nearly as bad as Trump. It's weird. Most of these documents were moved during the time when Biden was vice president. Okay. And it stands in stark contrast to what Trump did because Trump was president. Okay, when he moved all of those documents, which we still don't have an update on that investigation right there. There's a special master, and then there's not, and then there's a special prosecutor. Okay, DOJ, you guys go and play with your fucking ball over there in the corner. I'm sure we'll hear about something in regards to Mar-A-Lago. Ooh, maybe late summer, whenever the Republican primary debates start to kick up, okay? I'm sure that'll be a nice, natural time for all of those investigations to wrap up. Sure fucking thing. But yeah, Trump, as president of the United States, has ultimate authority when it comes to declassifying any of the documents he wishes, okay? He says it and it becomes so, which is now becoming an argument on the side of, all of the Biden supporters. So they're just in mass media because nobody's actually a Biden supporter. Let's fucking, stop the cap. But all of this stuff happened as Biden was vice president. The vice president doesn't have that same authority. So what's the excuse? Okay, let's see what we got. Documents with classified markings were found inside an institution at which President Joe Biden worked before he took office, according to a lawyer for the president. Yeah, during that interim period of him being vice president until he was, until 2020 happened. I'll just say that. Classified documents were discovered in a locked closet. Oh, wow, how very familiar. I thought that wasn't a safe place to store anything. At the Penn Biden Center, Richard Sauber, yes, a lawyer, told the news outlet in a statement, yeah, it's fine, it was locked. We were in constant communication with the FBI and the DOJ to have a special lock put on top. Oh, wait, that's exactly what Trump did at Mar-A-Lago, and that's not good enough? Oh, okay. No, these are fine because we're Democrats. White House lawyers alerted the National Archives and Records Administration on the day of the discovery, and NARA took possession of the materials the following morning. Oh geez, when did all of this happen? Oh, this was discovered days before the midterms. And we're just finding about this now, January 10th? Huh. Penn Biden Center is a set of offices in Washington. Of course it is, because Joe Biden doesn't work anywhere else. Part of the University of Pennsylvania. Biden worked at the center after the Trump administration took office until Biden started campaigning for the 2020 election. The Penn Biden Center, NARA, the FBI, and the White House did not immediately respond to requests for comment because they're just trying to burn everything so you can't actually check any of the evidence. An automated message for the number, the Department of Justice lists for media queries. Oh yeah, there's nothing fucked about this situation. Oh, we're just trying to call for comment, but the DOJ picks up. Okay. Biden ignored a reporter who asked about the documents while in Mexico City on Monday. Oh, it's great, man. I love tacos. What? Nara, is that a type of sauce? Shut up, man. Sauber said the classified documents were discovered by attorneys for Biden and were not subject to requests for inquiry by NARA. Oh, see, it's totally different. Just because it says they're classified doesn't mean they're classified. Since that discovery, the president's personal attorneys have cooperated with the archives and the Department of Justice in a process to ensure that any Obama-Biden administration records are appropriately in the possession of the archives. Then why were they not in the archives? That's very, very fucking interesting, okay? So now that we know what we're dealing with, what do the experts have to say about this stuff before we get to, well, the media experts, because there's some brain-dead takes that are out there. As Republican lawmakers like MTG, when she's not too busy fundraising and stuffing her own coffers, worried that President Biden's retention of classified materials from his vice presidency may be swept under the rug. Oh yeah, don't worry, this won't be a talking point come tomorrow, unless conservatives make it one. Legal experts told the Epoch Times why Biden and former President Trump appear to have been treated very differently in two strikingly parallel cases. Yes, because they are a one-to-one. This is an apples-to-apples comparison if you've ever seen one. You've never, ever, ever had such a clear distinction. It's like if, okay, Nixon with all the Watergate shit, which I want to break that down whenever there's like a really, really, really slow news day, because I don't fully understand that situation, and I think there's a lot of people out there that know the name Watergate, but don't know the entire situation surrounding it. So sometime in the future, whenever I get around to it, I'll cover that in more detail. But that was something that led to Nixon being stepping down from being the president. Okay, so imagine if LBJ had like, I don't know, Grassgate or something like that. Imagine if something like that came up during his presidency. Everybody was like, what? No, he said something about the blacks. Nah, we don't need to worry about that. This is the most obvious case of Trump and Biden are treated completely differently, and that the media is obsessed with Trump and continues to run cover for old Uncle Joe. FBI agents executed a search warrant on Trump's Mar-A-Lago residence in Palm Beach, Florida in August. Yes, of course. The warrant said that there was probable cause to believe there was additional documents that contain classified NDI, national defense information, or presidential records subject to record retention requirements at Mar-a-Lago. Sounds fucking familiar. By contrast, neither the Penn Biden Center nor any other address associated with Biden have been raided after classified materials were reportedly found at the center's Washington office, located in a nondescript building about a mile away from the White House. Yes, he's just fine. He just had some additional documents in his vehicle as he was coming back and forth from the White House. Don't worry about it. What's the difference in what President Donald Trump did versus what we know about what Biden did? Asked Representative James Comer, the incoming House Oversight Committee chairman. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you want an answer? Because the honest answer is nothing. The rhetorical answer is Biden didn't do anything wrong. Of course, we're not gonna take a look at this. We're not gonna be serious about this. But theoretically, if the House Oversight Committee is going to pursue that Biden investigation, there's just a little bit more gas onto that fire. Biden's attorneys have said that the materials were identified on November 2nd of 2022. Huh. What was on November 8th? Can't quite remember. Just days before the underwhelming midterm performance by Republicans. Oh, wow! Another anti-Biden story that was suppressed by the officials. Huh, where have we seen that narrative pop up before? Anyways, yet the public was not alerted to the existence of those materials until January 9th. Yesterday, I guess? I didn't hear about this, but I was kind of off of social media. I was a little bit busy yesterday. Too busy talking about the top G. I thought I'd seen his appeal was supposed to be heard out today, but no updates on that. Otherwise, I'd be running with that because this is just, hey, it's interesting to me, but to the, wider populace, who gives a fuck? Yet the public was not alerted, yes, to those materials until January 9th, 2 months after the election took place. Yeah, you don't need to know about that now. You just need to know about it now, maybe, potentially. According to Mike Davis, former chief counsel for nominations to then Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Your Asses Grassley, and founder of Article 3 Project. That delay is indicative of a political cover-up. What? No, they were discovered November 2nd, and that they just drug their feet until I was like, we found all this stuff. Ugh, man, that's just so much work before the new year. We got the holidays, and I got kids to look at. We'll get around to it in the new year. Don't worry about it. There's a clear political double standard at the Biden Justice Department. Of course there is, which has been politicized and weaponized against Republicans. Well, we already know that, so hopefully this Congress can do something about it, because Lord have mercy, the fucking media isn't going to give a single fuck about any of this stuff. Here's from the official experts in this situation, CNN Politics. Here's what they're going to tell us. Okay, it's totally different. Okay, there's a clear distinction between the two classified documents cases involving President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. See, we got an infographic right there. That means that we're super serial, you guys. Joe Biden, he had under 12 total documents, some top secret, and he's cooperating. Lawyers found and alerted the archives, as opposed to Trump, who literally killed a bus full of kids. Okay, so basically what you're trying to say is both men committed a different type of murder. One was premeditated and the other one was just, I don't know, shut up, no further questions. Like, okay, let's get this straight. If you're trying to say that these situations are at least congruent in any form or fashion, why would you put up the statements? Okay, Trump had over 160 secret documents. 60 were top secret. He's under investigation for obstruction. So could Joe Biden, if it wasn't his DOJ currently running the show. FBI search after an ignored subpoena. Which one's that exactly? Because I remember covering all that stuff at the time, and Trump and Mar-A-Lago and all of the different people that were involved in the storing of those declassified documents. They were in constant communications with NARA, with the DOJ and all that stuff. Are they talking about FBI search after ignored subpoena? Are they talking about the one from the January 6th committing? Are you guys conflating a couple of different stories? It wouldn't be like CNN to be doing that. Okay. But yeah, lawyers found and alerted the archives, and we're just finding out about this right now. Very interesting. Cooperating. So's Trump. Yeah. It's only 12 total documents. Some of them are top secret. Okay. That's fine. He can have that. Why don't you have further elaboration that Trump, as president, has total and final authorization into what gets declassified? He has that power. Joe Biden, as vice president, fucking doesn't, but it's CNN. Do you think they're going to be honest or anything like that? Come on now. But that's not actually the worst take. The worst take, yeah, that comes straight from The View. Okay, The View's trending once again. Had to see what the fuck this was about, and yeah, you got it straight from Joy Behar. I listened to this shit, so I won't put anybody else through that, okay, because that's a form of torture, okay? So, thankfully, gotta use Ben Shapiro's fucking outlet. You know, the guys who run the show over there might be total cuckbags, but I don't disagree with them on a whole bunch of different talking points. They're just unpalatable douches, okay, if we can keep it a buck. And most of the time their Twitter accounts fairly accurate, and they do a good job transcribing the situation, so we can read this before we punch out, or before I get the urge to do the same to Joy Behar on Biden's classified documents. We know, or we all know, that Trump is a liar and a thief, and your former president, so put some fucking respect on the man's name. We know that. So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. Yeah, but you don't have any receipts for that. You don't have any proof of that, okay? We don't think Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. You're fucking kidding me. Listen, you caught Biden red fucking handed, okay? He's got top secret documents. Sure, Obama probably was like, Joe, you want to take those documents back to your office. That's fine. Well, I get them declassified for you. You can take as many as you like. It's fine. But if that didn't happen, Joe doesn't exactly have the jurisdiction to pull the trigger and take those with him, okay? Some would consider that to be a crime. Others would consider that, don't think too hard about it. Joe's a good guy, right? It's not like, he's lied about his business dealings with foreign nations or stolen anything just about 3 years ago in particular. Nothing like that. He's not a liar or a thief. He's just good old Uncle Joe after all. Fucking oof. What a cataclysmic, catastrophic oof. But the fucking View. What else did you expect? But one last thing, okay, and I just, want to say my piece on this one because, it's really fucking sad. Okay, Diamond and Silk, I didn't watch any of their content or anything like that, but it's somebody who I was very aware of, just a duo that's out there. And Diamond, the one with her finger up in the air, I know that they were all very funny, very well connected with the Trump administration. She unfortunately passed away, I think, within the past 24 hours at the age of 51. Very, very sad, very, very tragic, and I just wanted to pay my respects on this situation. Running in a similar sphere, not really crossing over anything like that at all whatsoever, don't get it conflated or anything like that, but it's tragic whenever you see something like that, and especially at 51. Yeah, man, that's really tough shit. So I just wanted to, save peace and alert some people to that stuff. And yeah, sorry to end on a downer, I guess. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.